I'm gonna rank all the 25 movies. So I have watched many people do this thing, and since Turning Red is like like it's a popular Pixar movie right now, so I thought I could just do one, and I'm gonna like do the same way that most of the YouTubers did, because like I don't really like know this. So let's just do it. Like this is a very new experience because I haven't done anything but like Roblox videos, and I haven't like recorded for a while now. So we are going to do a tier list in this video and see what kind of answers we get. So yeah, let's go. So we are going to go from here like that kind of thing, so there's nothing to do. So a simple one. So first we have Up. So I recently watched Up like day before yesterday, because it was a great movie. I really had my moment in there. It was a very nice movie. I really love the character Doug in the movie, because he was like the most funniest, and I love the villain. The movie was very heartwarming. He had this like um the wife of Carl Fredrickson, who's the main character, and we got Kevin, the bird thing. I really, really love this movie, and I kind of think this deserves to be in S tier because it's really amazing. We're going into the so next we have Toy Story. So Toy Story 1 was the first Pixar movie and the first movie to ever been made in like this full computer thing, and the first digital 3D movie to ever make Pixar, animated. So we can have this in A tier because I really like the movie. It's the first, so everyone put it in the first and stuff. But I like the story and everything, but the movie was like a little bit like it's kind of not my type. I mean, it was kind of, because like it's like, what I'm trying to say. So it's basically a good movie, but not the best like Up. So yeah. And next we have Monsters University. I thought this was the very first Monsters Inc. movie, but I didn't know that this one actually existed in the world, in the Pixar world. I thought this was the only monsters movie, and I was so dumb. And recently, I just found out that this is the real one, and I watched it like one time only, and I think this one was really good. But like a lot of people said that there's like this movie is not that good. I really like this movie because it shown their their friendship out there, like how Mike Wazowski, the best cat in the whole Pixar universe, like dealt with how he's not very scary and stuff. It was really nice. It was a good movie. It was really heartwarming. But I think when I found out about this movie, I really didn't want like this movie to be like my favorite, because this movie was way more better. But I'm gonna put this in A tier because it was my first like movie about the Monsters Inc. thing. So yeah. And next we got Finding Dory. So Finding Dory is like a movie that's just like Finding Nemo. Like it's really like Finding Nemo, but Finding Dory. So it's really really amazing, because like I really love the movie, but a lot of people said this movie wasn't the greatest sequel. But it was really good. I really like this movie because it shown up like it was very sad, because we know that Dory have this short-term memory thing, which she forgets things like 10 seconds, and like things that she remember right now. Like if you remember, like, okay, we have to eat steak, and then 10 seconds, okay, what are we gonna eat? Like that is the problem with Dory. And I really didn't I kind of cried a little with the story, because when I watch Pixar movies I kind of cry a little, but it's not really that good. I mean, it is kind of good, but it's like same story as Nemo, but it's not the father coming for the son. It's like it's like the daughter coming for the parent. So it's like the opposite or something. So you know what I mean. So we're gonna give this one like in an A tier, because it was like not that best. And then we got Cars 2 straight in, I think, C. I mean, a lot of people say that this is the worst Pixar movie, and I kind of agree with that. But the thing is that like it's like Mater is the main character of the movie, and whatever, like they put the side character into the main character, the main character side character. I really like that thing, like they like put this little idea of spice and stuff. But the thing is that they're cars and they have to do this racing more interesting. Like I think that's more of the thing they should do rather than just do this. I mean that's kind of like boring, kinda. And but Mater is like a kind character. I really like this character because he's very like he's rusty and he's like not the like coolest character, and he is like very kind and like I guess I haven't watched the Cars movie like a long time ago, so I say it's gonna be in C tier. It's like a little bit boring and a little bit decent, like stuff like that. So yeah, that's not a lot to talk about that. And then we have Finding Nemo, one of the most best movies. My father watched this movie like a lot of times. I think my family watched this movie like a lot of times. They said this is one of the best movies of all time actually, and I can agree with that because they have this song where let's keep swimming, like all that, like this. They have these quirky characters and stuff. They have this funny characters. They have this funny moments. Like really love the scene where they went into this turtle thing and they meet the turtles and the aquarium scenes. I really, when I asked my dad who's his favorite villain, I asked my mom who's his villain, my brother. I said I like when I asked them, they had these favorite villains and stuff. But I said I love the kind of I kind of love the villain Darla from the movie because she's like very funny. She's like it's a piranha. Like all that is very fun. Like she's a little girl that kills fish, but she's a little girl. She doesn't understand that. So I think that makes kind of like not a villain in the movie, but still this is one of the best Pixar movies ever. This is one of the best movies ever. Then we got Incredible, straight in S place probably. So this movie was one of the first few movies of Pixar. That's when Pixar was like blowing up. Pixar had these amazing ideas, and like I really love this story because it's like so good. It's like so amazing. I really love the like a family superhero. I really love that, and I gotta say this is and the villain's death scene. I think that's the most darkest thing in the whole all Pixar world because he dies in the engine of this thing. I think that's the engine. I don't know. But it's very very dark and very very cruel and also very very it's like a villain that wants to be the villain. Like he says he wants to be the Incredible Boy or whatever, but he's like I want to be the Incredible Boy, but Mr. Incredible doesn't accept him at all because he doesn't want him to be in danger. But he becomes a villain and then he becomes super rich. Like that's kind of the thing. So I fully didn't understand the movie that much because it like all these things, and I was so much focused on the family part because that's where the most interesting when they're eating in the dining table. It was like so funny. They're like talking and stuff. So yeah, this is what I kind of think. And we got Ratatouille. This is one of the most weirdest concepts from Pixar because it's like a rat cooking because we usually don't like rats in our kitchen because we are afraid that it will eat. And here it's touching the food. So I thought it's touching food with this hand, and we know that rats are very like not that like it's not us, like it's not hygienic or anything, like no one is, but it's like it's a weird concept. Like what if it doesn't wash his hands? Like I always think about what if it doesn't wash his hands, so possibly the food is bad. But a food cooked like I always think a food cooked by rats can, like I know it's a Pixar movie, I know it's like a movie that's for creativity and kids, but like as a kid and like I even if I'm a kid and enjoy the movie, I still have questions about this thing because like this is very weird and very not that good thing. But it's like into the like I think yeah, it's good and bad like everything, but it deserves to be in S tier. No, it's supposed to be in A tier. That's more of this thing. And we got The Good Dinosaur. This is I think my first Pixar movie, and I cried watching this movie at the last scene because when the Spot the boy comes to like when gets to his parents, that's very sad. Like I really love the journey they had. It's like a lot of people doesn't like this movie, but I think this movie is one of the like I think I love this movie. The relation with the dinosaur and the kid, it seems very interesting. Yeah, I really really enjoy this movie. I think it should be in A tier or more. So yeah, and then we have Cars. Cars is those one movies that I had no idea about, and I asked my dad, "Okay, can you please tell about this movie for me, please?" And he was like, "Okay, fine, will." And I watched the movie. I loved it. Didn't know anything about Pixar that time, so I kind of like this movie. And I must say, this is one of the most greatest concepts because we don't really talk about cars in like Pixar had these most funniest ideas, not princess ideas. I mean, I'm not trying to say like that, but the cars idea. I was a huge fan of cars. I'm a huge fan of cars actually, and I feel that like this movie was really really good. And we got Cars 3 here. Cars 3, I think it was a great movie because like Pixar was growing into its like animation stuff. So that's this really like great like animation style. I think this is one of the best movie. Like it's not really that bad. I think this should be in B tier, more of that. So nothing wrong. And then we got the Bugs Life, the second. I think the second Pixar movie. At that time, these kinds of movies were a big deal because we don't know about like 3D style movies, like animated 3D movies. So we had no idea about this thing. But then Bugs Life came. I haven't watched Bugs Life, but I do know the story like a little bit. And I kind of think this should be in like a C tier. I don't really like bugs, so you know that. And we got Incredibles 2. So I watched its last scene like 1,000 times when it comes in TV because that's the only scene that comes. Like when like okay, I'm gonna excite it. Okay, it's almost finished. So watch it. And like I have this thing like in this TV programs. I always like have this problem. So I think this movie should be in. Actually, it should be in like C tier. No, it should be in B tier. That's more of this thing. Oh, now we are getting into the good ones. All of these except for this and all of these are pretty good. I mean, oh, I spoils, so whatever. But yeah, Bugs Life should be there. And then we got Wally. This is the one that I was so much waiting for. If there was more stages than S, I would have put that the highest because I just finished watching Wally yesterday only. I cried. I like when I watched the last scene in like YouTube, I cried so hard. Thought of my mom, thought of my mother, thought of my father, thought of my brother. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a robot. When Eve watches the footage of how he was treating her when she was like switched off for a while when she got a plan. It was so sad. Like they didn't put this romantic story. They didn't put like the story that we know, like this pop music. I mean, like like nothing like that comes, and like it takes the time Pixar gives it to us. And this is one of the best movies. I cried so hard watching this movie. I really know. Every time I see this Robert Lonely, I watch I see the posters of this movie. Like, okay, this is so sad looking at the sky. I know this is very like it's very sad watching this robot just left like that. And I like the part where this Mary John and the captain actually knows the Wally, and they like because of Wally they see what's actually outside a computer screen. Like they're in a screen, they're like very fat, and they see what is this. And Wally had these moments which I could talk about Wally all day. It was very sad. I completely don't want to watch this movie because I was so sad. I don't want to watch this movie. I don't want to cry. I hold my breath watching this movie at the last scene because it was just so sad. They portrayed it so sadly. I think even the animators were crying and reading the idea, like the script, and like, okay, dumb. I think this is the best Pixar movies. I think this is my favorite Pixar movie, possibly, and it has this amazing thing. And we got Monsters Inc. Like it's definitely going to be in first place. Wait, let me just put it here. First place because it's one of the best. Let's just put it here. Like what? Okay. First like Pixar movies, and it had this like it's very entertaining. Like Boo comes, Randall Boggs comes, and Water Moose. Yeah, that guy's so funny. And Mike Wazowski. I think those characters were really nice. They had this Nemo Easter eggs and this all these Toy Story Easter eggs in there. I think a lot. I think, and that's not what we're talking about. So, and this is one of the best Pixar movies. because it like monsters. We never imagined monsters to be like this shade, this funny. They are afraid of toys. They're like putting electricity to their city, and that's what they're technically doing. They're not trying to harm kids. They're not trying to how bad they scare the hard they actually get, like the movie like Conjuring. Like it's like that thing, because when it's like so scary, it's scared. Yeah, just very scary. Oh my gosh. And like I'm just turning around in my room like, oh my gosh, this is not good. Like, but we just see, like, if we don't see Monsters Inc. or Monsters University, we usually think about those horror movies that we see, like Annabelle or stuff. And we see these movies, we like get this very strange vibe about how bad, like, those are scary movies. But when like Monsters Inc. is like, they took this horror part into a funny part. So I basically I think this movie is one of those. And then we got Inside Out. Yeah, this should be the first. I mean, the best movie. I think Cars should be in the last of the S tier, because like it's Inside Out was so good. I watched it with my brother in the laptop. I think this movie was like super crazy, like crazy good, because the movie had everything, the emotions, of course, every emotions. I really love Bing Bong. I kind of had tears when he died off. I think he was like forgotten in the thing, the fall down. It was very scary. I really like that movie. I have everything to say. Like, it's just like Wally. It's very sad. I think every Pixar movie is sad when they come to an end, because we just want to see the thing. We got Coco. Coco was that one movie that my father actually downloaded for me and my brother, and like we want to see the movie. I asked him, "Is this a horror movie?" He's like, "No, it's not." I didn't know any idea, but like even if I watched these movies, I had no idea what Pixar was at that time. I had no idea what this Easter eggs or what these things are, and I didn't cared for them at all. But then I came to this land where I basically had like, what is Pixar? What is all this? And I have a really good idea about what these things are. And Coco actually hit me very much hard. Like, I love music. Everyone loves music. S tier. Yeah, S tier. And I love music. My father loves music. We hear music every day. Not every single day, but like time weekend we hear music. And I think that really hits me so much in music in this movie. So yeah, basically in there. Toy Story 2, not the best. Like, I didn't like this movie a lot, because like it like, introduced us to Jesse and stuff. But I think Jesse was like good. I mean, here backstory was so sad. I didn't like, at that moment I didn't know that Wally or like Monster Inc. existed. So I was like, okay, Toy Story, I gotta watch all the Toy Story movies. I was like that kind of thing. And I went on to watch the Toy Story rather than just doing anything. And I didn't felt anything for Jesse. But then like when I think about it, it's very sad. And then all these moments together is what we are seeing in this thing. I really enjoy this movie a lot. It's very fun and it's very amazing. I think, but it won't get the S tier like Toy Story 3, because it got a villain. Oh my gosh, I think this should be a lot more. I think it's like better than this. Oh, I can't decide, because all these movies are great, but I can't just decide that. Like, I feel kind of sad. I think it's better than Cars. Cars is like in the last for sure. I really like this movie. I think I watched this movie. I thought it was like a half movie or something like that. My brother fell asleep. I watched the movie. The incinerator scene was so good. It hit me so hard. Lotso Hugging Bear should have died in the movie, because he was so bad. He got like taped to a truck. He could possibly just get out of that and get back and torture other people. But it was sad. It was sad that when we grow up, like I was born at the time when the Toy Story born. So yeah, like revealed in the video. And also, Andy is like literally just growing up to the world he is now. So he is going to college. He can't play. So I thought about that, when people are growing, toys are being passed to the other people. It felt like, I feel like toys can't be with one person for too long. I mean, maybe some people will keep their toys. So it really was great. It had these Barbie toys, which really made sense to me because like they went on, and of course, oh my gosh, and what was the guy's name? Tom Hanks. I love this dude. I watched his Forrest Gumps. Like he gave the voice for Woody. It's just so perfect. It's just so amazing. I should have remembered it from Toy Story. And then we got Brave. Brave is not good. Of course, I have nothing to say about that movie. It's not that good, at least. Onward actually was pretty good. It was. It should be in like. It should be in like here probably. Onward has this characters called. We got Tom Holland. We got Chris Pratt. Monster kind of things. It was a good movie. It had this thing, this good things in the movie. Felt so bad at this thing. It was very hard. I mean, the story was very good. They had this dragon at the last scene. I think they saw the father. It was a forgettable movie, of course, because I forgot the movie is so hard. Like it should be not like okay. Then we got this one. Toy Story 4 just gave us this Bo Peep back and these other characters. I don't think Toy Story 4 was that great. I had these friends that were coming for my mother's tuition, so I was like in a hurry to watch this film, so I didn't felt it. And then I watched it again when it comes to TV. Then I watched it so hardly. I understood the story and everything. Like it was pretty cool. I didn't like the villain. I think it's like a villain. Probably I didn't like the story at all. I mean, I did like when we think about it, all the Pixar movie. I mean, not the Pixar movie. All the Toy Story movies have one thing common, like they're always escaping from this one place. That really explains toys, because toys can be stolen. Like people love toys, kids of course, and that's kind of what I gotta say. And then we got Soul, baby. Soul was an amazing movie. I think this movie deserves a lot of credit for like it's amazing. I think even if you add up all the Pixar movies, the greatest visuals and the animation, the everything, the detail, Soul would make that list. Soul was so great, felt really realistic. I really love the fact that they went to this Coco thing where music in a very like jazz type, and death and bad, death and alive, and like babies growing, like not babies, but they're like this boss, not boss baby, like this thing where they're actually born, like how they get their personality. So I basically from this place, the grade before, the grade after, what they call it. I really love this movie. I kind of cried think about it. And then we got Luca. Luca actually really is fun, because when I think about this movie, it's very sad. Like Luca is one of those Pixar movies that people forget very easily. I forgot about this movie like for one day, and I watched this rewatched this movie a few times. Luca is like so sad. Like it's kind of sad. When at the last scene when he went to the train, it was really sad. It was very very sad. But it kind of on the A tier. Oh yeah, we are at the last place now. We got Turning Red. Turning Red is the popular movie of Pixar right now, and I think this movie deserves to be in C tier. This movie had this one thing about girls liking boys. Of course, that's some people like that thing. Some people like girls. Like it's where the teenagers come into this one point where it's like teenagers into this thing. This boy band, this girl serving the girl. I mean, the parents, they're honoring them, and like all those things happen in the movie. They grew. They like have these problems. They just have it. They just have to, and may actually survive, like do it, live through it. It was good. It was amazing. But I didn't like the movie because the story was not that good. When the Red Panda came, I kind of like it, but like that girl just wants to go to this dumb concert. I didn't like that thing, because this concert could happen again in the future. You never know. I hate the story, and I hate the first scene, like the scene from the start to the last. It felt never good. It was never a movie that I could really suggest. I mean, I guess you can but Pixar actually just said the S word in the movie, not that word, but the S E. that thing. Not that nothing has to be matter, but they're like simp in the movie. Like they're simp actually. I do not think that's a thing that Pixar would have to do again, because I think Pixar has to do things. Even Brave, for that matter, all these movies are just so perfect. But Pixar just, I didn't like the Turning Red. I thought Turning Red, like when I saw Turning Red, like the trailers, like not the trailers, when I saw the posters and stuff, I was like, what if people are turning red? What if that's the thing? I totally never cared for the movie. I watched it in like the morning, full movie. I hate this movie so much, but it doesn't deserve to be in D tier. It definitely deserves to be in a C tier, because some scenes were like the girl May Lean actually like this, like she's a simp kind of thing. She draws these boy pictures and stuff. That's kind of like creepy for me. I kind of think that's pretty creepy, because I kind of think that's pretty creepy and stuff. And this girl wants to go to this dumb concert, and this using that red panda for this money is more dumber, because like she could have got rid of that rather than like doing this. So I kind of think this is a very not that enjoyable movie. So yeah. So this is going to be my tier list. I am so happy with Wally being at the, like I kind of think they, how the heck did they get this idea? Like some of the, like I'ma just say some of these movies really deserves to be in the S tier, but I just like when we think about the reality, it doesn't seem like Wally. Of course, Wally has all this like weird things to go on, but I really hit me so hard that I felt like crying is not enough. It's like so satisfying, and at the end there were so many plans, so I basically didn't like that thing. But this was an amazing movie. I think all of these are amazing movies, of course, even Turning Red, of course, for that matter. And Turning Red was a movie, and Finding Dory was a movie. Everything, all of these had concepts. They had, Pixar never do things that Disney does in the past, because Pixar, like even before Pixar was born, Disney was the thing. Disney was the queen of everything, king and queen, everything, yeah, whatever. But Disney had this thing where they basically had this this queen and princess things. I think I like the Lion King a lot more, but that doesn't matter. So I think Pixar like does different concepts every single day, even if it's a sequel that does it differently. That's why I love the movie. Even the Cars trilogy was really good. Nemo had some different, like every kind of these concepts were amazing. They never did like the same thing again and again. I really think this was a good movie. And okay, so some people are actually, okay, I think this is like this is someone else's list, so let's just check. Okay, let's just check these out. Okay, so this girl, Tony, out of the D. Finally, someone understands me. And we got Wally at the, like, I think this is like very similar. We got this and this. Not this. We got this, this and this. Okay. This is a lot similar. This one is like a lot similar to mine. Is this mine? No. This shouldn't be mine, right? Okay. Here we have this Pixar character list. Okay. Here we have Wally is, where the heck? Wally is in B tier. I mean, that's kind of good. Good Dinosaur in last. That's crazy. I didn't like. I think this was not bad. OMG, this is absolutely crazy. And what we got in here, we got a similar thing. I think this is kind of similar to me. Like, we got, okay. This is really nice. I think I love it. I love it. This thing. Okay. What is this? Oh, I understand. So they basically put these three. Why? I don't think like I'm not gonna really roast Turning Red and say it's a really bad movie. It's of course a great movie, but I didn't feel it. It's very worst. It's not that good, like that. Okay, this is kind of similar. Yeah, this is really nice. So I'm gonna end my video right here, guys. So if if you like more of these tier list videos, please do say. I'm gonna make like DC tier list videos. I'm gonna make like Pixar, not Pixar, Disney tier list. Probably I haven't watched all the Disney movies, so I can't do that. But I will do the MCU because I have watched everything. And I can do a lot, like not a lot because I haven't watched everything. But I can do the MCU. I can do the DCU. I can do the some Disney, I guess. I don't know, but I will definitely make more tier list videos, and let you guys know. This is going to be the end of the video, so make sure to subscribe. If you like my channel, please subscribe. We are at 13 subscribers, I think. Such a thing for me. And we are at my friends. Also, one more thing, make sure to like this video and also comment down what you liked in this video. Which is your favorite Pixar movies? What would your ranking will be? So let's end the video right here, and yeah, basically like that. So make sure to comment down what's your favorite movie and your ranking, and also your and also comment down what you want other tier lists to be, like MCU or like DCU. Watch it all, and also make sure to subscribe and help me get like a million subscribers, even though that's not gonna be possible. I mean, it could be, but I'm at 30 subscribers, 13 subscribers, 13 subscribers, guys, not 30. So yeah, let's just end the video right here, and goodbye.